Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Renu. Okay, I'm ready with yet another update. What a week, I must say that. I'm sure that to compensate for the holidays, what IRCC is expecting from December 24th till January 2nd, they must have asked their visa officer to overtime or maybe speed up the cases, like the timeline. They have so many cases. If you see here from international graduate perspective, they have started picking up the cases for around 4:30 p.m., 4:34 p.m., 5:56 p.m. In fact, they have touched, I would say, not assessing the application, but yes, one of the candidate was able to link up his application also. That was of 7 p.m. All right, and moving on to our workers in Canada stream A, if you see here, I have got good number of timelines from July 16th, and even they have touched to August 1st. Same goes for stream B. Amazing response from IRCC, and I am not in doubt that they are really working very hard to cover up cases as many as they can for May 6th at least. Now, you don't have to panic in case if you have applied around the first hour, because they are working pretty fast and you will be able to get the response from IRCC at any given time. There's also French Stream I'll be talking about, and with the open work permit. All right, for those who have not subscribed to my channel, please do that and also hit the like button if in case if you're interested too. All right, so this is the first timeline for international graduate. The candidate has applied on May 6th at 4:34 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. And if you see, the candidate was able to get the BIL, that was on November 7th, and there were two ADRs, that was for PCC and IMM 5669. A lot of you have confusion about the PCC also, and I would try to cover it right here. Now, in case if you have applied for police clearance certificate at the time of application, like you just applied and send the copy of that application to IRCC with your application, and you have received the ADR, so you can submit the same PCC. In case if you did not apply for PCC and after May 6th you applied and now by this time it's expired and you're expecting an ADR for PCC, if you submit the expired one, I'm afraid that probably it won't work. Visa officer has clearly mentioned on the website also that you need to submit the PCC within its valid time period. PCC is valid for 6 months time. Now same goes for IELTS. Now IELTS is valid for 2 years. In case if you've already submitted the valid IELTS test at the time of submission, you don't have to redo it, even in case if you have not received any response from IRCC and you think that your IELTS must have expired by now. I hope that makes sense. Now, there was a second ADR for transcripts, degree, and pay stub. Reason being is that this candidate has applied the application with unofficial transcript and the completion letter of degree only. So he was not able to give the whole detail. And that exactly has happened with many of the application. If you have not completed the full amount of information, you definitely would be asked to redo it and resubmit it. Moving on to another timeline is for healthcare stream. The candidate has applied at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. And if you see, there was only one ADR the first time. So he received the ADR for police clearance certificate on October 15th and was able to link up the application on October 15th itself. Now, what happened here is that he was not asked to submit this information, but he thought that he might have to update the travel history of US and then IMM 5669 form. There was some paucity of information in there, so he did raise a web form on his own. You can raise a web form after the receipt of ADR or AOR. Now, even before that, if you want to do it, you can definitely do as per your risk, because IRCC has clearly mentioned they are not going to accept any unsolicited documents. So try avoiding that. Then he got the ghost updates and the portal email was on December 3rd. Now, this is a timeline with inland dependent for healthcare stream. Now, if you have a dependent outside Canada, it might take little more time. Reason being is that there would be a requirement of biometrics, medicals, police clearance certificate. So for the candidates who have got the spouses out here itself in Canada, it probably would take less time than the outland spousal cases. This candidate has applied on July 16th, and there was an ADR for PCC, and he was able to link up the application on December 3rd itself. Now, just to reiterate what I have explained in my previous slide, this candidate did not submit the PCC at the time of submission. So what happened here is that his PCC was expired on November 25th. So eventually he has to apply for the new one. Now, a lot of you had the same confusion. Even if you've not traveled outside Canada, doesn't make a difference. The PCC has to be within its valid time period. I hope that makes sense. Okay, this is the timeline. If you see the top one, it's the candidate for international graduate on May 6th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. Now, till October 16th, no response was there. And if you see how speedy the visa officer has started evaluating his application, he was able to link up the application on October 17th, then got the ADR on November 3rd, and then the portal request that was on yesterday, December 3rd. And in no time, he should be able to get the ECOPR and then another 4 to 6 weeks time in receiving the PR card. And if you go towards the bottom, this is the case I was talking about at the initial slide, that this candidate has applied on May 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time Zone and was able to link up his application on December 3rd, that was yesterday. Now, this is one of its kind. And again, it's just a matter of time. You don't have to be baffled about that, oh, I'm not getting it. Even if it's the first 2 hours, you will get through it. So don't need to get panicked. The agenda of running this channel is to just get you as much as help I can based upon my knowledge from immigration industry. Also, just to make sure that these things take time, so you don't need to worry much about it. All right, so another timeline for international graduate is May 6th at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time Zone, and he was able to link up the application again, on November 16th, and there was no ADR or AR. Now, he did apply for GCMS notes, which you can do, where you will get to know, what exactly IRCC is getting, what kind of notifications they are making into what is the history going on in your case, and when and how the processing is actually happening. So it's not mandatory if in case if you would like to apply. Some people are kind of curious to know. So yeah, you can apply for that. Now he got the PR portal that was on December 3rd. And as I said before also, there is no benchmark that you need to get the AOR in every application. However, 99% of the cases will get through the AOR, that is acknowledgement. And in this case, the candidate has already supplied, applied the application with all the documents. So it was not a requirement here. And then he uploaded the photograph and address. Now he's just waiting for the ECOPR. That could be no time. All right, so this is another timeline for healthcare. The candidate has applied on August 1st. So this is really interesting case because August 1st, if you see here, he got the medical pass notification. He got the AOR also on November 19th. He was able to link up the application on November 18th. And there was a ghost updates. Now he is likely to get PR confirmation portal at any given time. If you see the ghost update is a good sign that visa officer has been assigned and now he's just kind of evaluating. And in case if any ADR is to be there, he would ask the candidate to submit that. And in no time, he will get the ECOPR. This is the stream B non-healthcare, May 6th at 11:01 p.m. Pacific time zone. He was able to link up the application on November 2nd, the very day he got the AOR. Now there were two ADR he was asked for, IMM 5669 form and PCC from Bahrain. So that was on November 18th. Now he made a couple of mistakes in his IMM 5669 form. So he sent additional documents via Feb form, like that was on November 20th. And a day before that, he submitted his ADR with explanation letter of expired police clearance certificate. So he received the confirmation letter from IRCC via email as an acknowledgement on November 22nd. So he submitted the PCC also, from Bahrain. And now he received the COPR that was on December 3rd. Okay, this is another timeline for international graduate at 4:38 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. This is really good, that they are working pretty fast, and I'm happy for those whoever is receiving. Congratulations here. So this candidate was able to receive the PCC request on November 17, and then got the AOR that was on November 18th. And then, of course, there was an ADR a couple of days later, like within a week's time period on November 24th. And then there was an ECO PR that was on yesterday. And now he's again going to wait for another 4 to 6 weeks in receiving the PR card. Okay, these are the two timelines for international graduate. The top one is 5:56 p.m. Eastern Time Zone, May 6th. This candidate was able to link up the application on December 1st. Now look at this. Uploaded the PCC on December 1st because there was a requirement for police clearance certificate, and then the biometric request that was on December 2nd. Now you cannot undergo any biometric unless and until you get the BIL from IRCC, that is called biometric instruction letter. And when you get that, only then you can go through biometric. In case if you've already submitted the biometric as a part of your previous application, like a study permit or work permit, you don't have to redo it. But many of you might have applied for the fees, like I have already submitted for the fees, and that's the reason IRCC would refund the biometric fees. So don't take that refund for biometric as a wrong sign. It's a good sign that the visa officer has been assigned and he's started reviewing your application. Another timeline is for international graduate. The bottom one is 4 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. If you see, there was an ADR for for PCC on November 16, and then BIL request was on December 3rd. That was on yesterday. Okay, Kamalpreet, thank you so very much for sharing your timeline. She has applied on May 6th at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. She was able to link up the application on December 1st with UCI and family name. Then medicals were passed, and if you see here, she's just waiting for the AOR or PR confirmation portal, whatsoever come first. Okay, so another stream is for French Essential. If you see here, this candidate has applied on May 31st. I don't have a specific time here. Got the AOR on October 14th, and then there was no ghost updates and no ADR. There was a PR portal that was on December 3rd, and I did mention the time just to let you know that, yeah, in Eastern Time Zone, of course. And then there's another timeline at 12:39 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. This candidate got the AOR on October 15th. Now, after that, IRCC has started reviewing the application. Now, when you get the AOR, it's basically an indication, or even if you're able to link up the application, it's an indication that visa officer has been assigned to your submission. Now, they are going to review your application. And when it was reviewed, if you see, there was an ADR for degree, IELTS, TRF, that's a test report form, and PCC, that was on October 15, the very same day. He got the AOR. So the visa officer would make the notification that these all documents are required and then just submit. So that's how the processing thing happens. And the PR portal, that was on November 4th, and then there was an ECO PR on November 8th itself. And day before, like 2 days before, he was able to get the PR card. So if you see the time period from November 8th till December 2nd, so it takes 4 to 6 weeks time period in receiving the PR card from ECO PR. I hope that makes sense here. Another case is of Anjita. Thanks for sharing your timeline and congratulations. She has applied on July 15 under Essential Healthcare. She was able to get the AOR on November 22nd, and 3 days later was able to link up the application also. Thereafter, the very same day when she was able to link up the application, she got the ADR. So it was submitted, and just within a week's time, she got the PR confirmation portal. That was 2 days ago, December 2nd. Okay. Another timeline is for non-healthcare. Now, this candidate has applied on May 10th at 9:59 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. BIL was received on November 25th. The very same day AOR was received. So BIL now the biometric instruction letter. He has to go through the biometrics. So again, the same thing has happened. He had the biometric, of course. So biometric submitted and link up the application. So that was on November 25th. And since November 25th, there is no update. So this is also one of the case. It can happen. Today is December 4th. So you can see it's almost like more than 10 days. So we're just waiting for the next response from IRCC. Okay, this is case of international graduate. I don't have the time. It was applied on May 6th and he was able to link up the application on October 16th. Again, the same case which I have explained earlier, that biometric fees was refunded since he's already submitted the biometric as a part of his previous application, and that was accepted by the visa officer. So the money was refunded to his account. Now he got the AOR via email. Now in this case, although he was able to link up the application, but all the correspondence whatsoever was directed to him was through email. PR confirmation portal came and then the ECO PR that was on December 3rd. So if you see here, like the candidate started working, like the visa officer started working on his case on October 16th, and by December 3rd, the applicant was able to get the ECO PR. So yeah, this is another timeline, and the first one is at the top is stream B. This candidate has applied on May 10th at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time Zone, and biometric request again through BIL. It was on December 1st. So he was able to get the AOR that was on December 1st itself. And now another timeline, if you see here at the bottom, it's May 6th at 12:50 p.m. Eastern Time Zone, and got the AOR ADR on September 23rd. And if you see here, there was no update on December 4th. So he was able to submit the biometrics with ADR on September 24th. So not every case will be able to get real like a prompt response. There are 1% chance that maybe visa officer is still analyzing, evaluating with this application. So yeah, that could be one of the case, but it's very rare to be honest. Okay, this is another timeline for open work permit. Candidate has already applied under TR to PR pathway on May 13th under stream B. Now, this candidate has not received any AOR, and the update under open work permit is that he has applied, submitted his application on September 14, and he got the hard copy of open work permit on December 2nd. Now this is valid till December 2nd, 2022. So this is for open work permit. Now, in case if you need to have more guidelines, I would strongly recommend you to, just go on to this program information, as I explained again also, like earlier also, that you can see each and everything over here. You can just go in details and then you'll be able to get all the information related to medicals, PCC, and all that stuff. And in case if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do that. That's going to help you as a candidate, and then of course would give you more guidelines on how and what the process works. So if you have any questions, you can always write back to me. I'll try to resolve them within 24 to 48 hours. And don't forget to subscribe and share your timeline. That means a lot. I can reach out to larger audience if you have a timeline, and can help each other through this channel. So till then, take care guys. Have a safe day.